Hello there, and then welcome to a brand new video. This is Beyond Numbers. In this lesson, we are looking at question 5 of BECE 2023. Without much ado, let's quickly look at the question. Now, Madam AC used 1/4 and 2/3 of her X acres of land to cultivate mangoes and oranges, respectively. Expressed in terms of X, the number of acres of the land she used to cultivate mangoes and then oranges. This is a very simple question. So after which we look at the preceding ones. So for AI, we know that what the acres of land, total acres of land is X. So we write, let the total acres of land be X. So if the total acres of land is X, then it means for mangoes, it said 1/4 of, that is 1/4 of means what? Multiplication. So of X, and that is giving us 1/4 times X, you see, and it can be written as what? 1/4 X or X/4, as simple as that. Now the second one says that of orange, so it's the same thing. And we said for oranges, she used 2/3 of X, so that is 2/3X, as simple as that. Now let's start with B. It says, if Madam AC used 200 more acres of land to cultivate oranges than mangoes, find the value of X. You see, so if she used 20 more acres of land to cultivate oranges than mangoes, we should find the value of X. What this means is, if we find the difference between what she used to cultivate orange and mangoes, we should get 20. You see, and it is telling us that she used 20 more to cultivate orange. You see, so that means the orange portion is greater. You get it? So to get our equation, remember what we said orange was. So orange was 2/3X, and then mangoes were what? 1/4X. You see, hence if we are being told that Madam AC used 20 more acres of land to cultivate oranges, then it means if we take out that of mango from that of orange, we have to get 20. You see, so this is the orange. It is bigger than what? The mango, the area of land used to cultivate mango. You see, so if you find their difference, it's supposed to be 20. So this now is a matter of fraction operation. 3 and then 4 has an LCM of 12. So we have 12. And then 3 divides 12, 4. 4 times 2, we have 8x. Minus 4 into 12, 3 times. 3 times 1, we have our 3x. And it's all equal to 20. See, so at this point, we can evaluate the numerator. Evaluating the numerator, we have 8x minus 3x, which gives us a 5x over 12 is equal to 20, which can be written as over 1. So we can choose to what? Cross multiply, or multiply each and every side by 12, so that this cancels this. Then I'm left with what? My 5x. So 5x is equal to 20 times 12. And since it's x we are solving for, we divide both sides by 5. In which case, this 5 cancels out to this 5. Then 5 into itself once into 24. So our x that we want is actually a 4 times 12. And x is equal to 4 times 12, which is a 48. You see? So that is the value of x. And remember what x was? The acres of land. You see? So that solves for what? B. Now, how many acres of land was used to cultivate mangoes? How many acres of land was used to cultivate mangoes? Remember, we know that the total acres of land is what we just solved here, which is 48. So 48 acres. And in our first session, that is this over here, we said mango was what? 1/4 of the x. Mango was 1/4 of the x. Hence, to solve for the actual acres that was used to cultivate mango, then it simply means that is C. So mangoes, which we knew was 1/4 of x, would now become 1/4 of 48. You see, and 1/4 of 48 gives us 12. So we have 12 acres, as simple as that. So therefore, she used 12 acres to cultivate mangoes. Then the last question says, we have to calculate, correct to the nearest whole number, the percentage of land that was not used. The percentage of land that was not used. To get the percentage of land that was not used, then we need to get the area of land, that is in acres, that wasn't used. Then we divide that by the total land that was not, that was the total area of land, you see. So with that, let's take note that for mangoes, which we have just solved, the area of land that was used to cultivate mangoes was 12 acres. Okay. Then for the oranges, we have not solved for that, you see. But then we do know that it is 2/3. So 2/3x. And the x here is the total. So 2/3 times the total area of land, which was 48. Okay. So evaluating 2/3 times 48, we know that we are going to get 3 dividing itself once, and then into this over here, 16. So you have 16 times 2, which is a 32. So it means 32 acres was used to cultivate mangoes. Oranges. Now that we know what was used to cultivate oranges, we now need what was not used. So area of land not used. That is the area of land not used. And how do we get that? The total area of land, which is the x acres. In our case, that is the 48 acres minus what was used for mango, which is 12 acres, plus what was used also for orange, 32. So you have 48, then minus a 44. Evaluating this, we are going to get a 4 acres of land. So what this means is that even though Madam AC planted mangoes and then oranges on the piece of land, there was still an area of 4 acres that was left untouched. Now we want that as a percentage of the total land, you see. So how do we go about that? To get percentage of land not used, then it's going to be what? The area of land that was not used over the total land times 100. So the area of land that wasn't used was 4 over the total area of land, which we solved to be what? 48. Then times 100. And remember, we are asked to write it to the nearest whole number. Okay. So simplifying this, we have 4 over 48, then times your 100. So 4 divides itself once, and it divides 48 12 times. Evaluating further, we have 100 over 12. Now all we need to do now is a simple long division. Or better still, 2 divides 12 6 times, and it divides 100 50. In the same way, 2 divides 6 3 times and it divides 50. How many times? 25. So we want to evaluate 25 divided by 3. All right. Now we know 8 divides 25 how many times? So we know 3 divides 25 how many times? 8 times. So 8, 3, we have our 24. And if we subtract, we have 1. Then we are allowed to bring a decimal point, which allows us to bring a 0 here. 3 into 10, 3 times. We need to get it at least to the first decimal place so that we know if we'll be rounding up or down. Looking at what we have here, it is 8.3. So we have to round it down. So it simply implies that correct to one decimal place or correct to the nearest whole number, the percentage of land that was not used is what? 8%. That is this to the nearest whole number. As simple as that. So all we are trying to establish here is that since it is a percentage we want, then we need the quantity of it. That is the land that was not used over what was the whole area of the land, then times 100. As simple as that. Now I'll leave some exercise for you to try on your own just to test your understanding. So here you are with just 2 questions. That is the first one and the second one. Very, very simple and straightforward. If there's any issue of concern, you can always let me know at the comment section. Or you can go back to the video, take your time, and then look at how each and every procedure was solved. This is how Beyond Numbers, where we learn maths the easy way. If this is your first time, you can always choose to subscribe. That is, if you so do wish, so that anytime I release a video, you'll be notified as well. See you in our next lesson, and bye for now.